There's something daunting about a pull-up, being able to lift all of your body weight using just your upper body. It requires strength, it requires the correct technique, and it also requires the belief that you can do it. And it's a standalone challenge in itself, but it can also correlate really well to your training program as it works all the same muscles that you're going to use for swimming, but also for running because it engages so much of your upper body. Well, it's easy for me to stand here and casually talk about the pull-up. Sadly, it's less easy for me to demonstrate it, and that's why I've come to this gym today, because I'm going to be speaking to Jamie Simmonds, who's a professional CrossFit athlete and News Ace ambassador, and she's kindly agreed to talk us through the technique of perfecting a pull-up. All right, Jamie, I have seen you nailing multiple pull-ups and, I am just in awe. But I know a lot of our viewers would just love to be able to do one. Something kind of about a pull-up, isn't there? That's kind of like kudos. Yeah. I would love it if you could talk us through kind of the steps of how to progress to being able to do a pull-up.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, pull-up is just your body weight. Yeah. We don't want to dive into just getting up there and yanking yourself up because you can injure your shoulders, your lats, whatever doing that. And we don't want to kip straight into it either because that can be hard on your joints. So we want to start off with like taking some of that body weight away, feet on the floor. Then we can move to bands, which also makes your body a little bit lighter. From there we go lighter bands and then we work with your body weight. Awesome. And if you get really strong, we can add weight.
I'm not sure we're quite at that today, but that sounds great. Cool. Yeah. All right, starting with the rings. Talk us through it.
So, rings are a great place to start your strict pull-up. Doesn't have to be rings. You can have like a TRX at home. I don't know if you've seen those straps that go over anything, over the door frame. You've got rings. You can use like a fixed bar as well. But what you're going to start off with is you're going to hands on the rings, feet underneath the rings. Heather's just going to lie back. From here, what we want to focus on is arms start locked out. Okay, we're going to keep our body flat, and then you can move your feet either lower to make it harder or higher to make it easier. From here, I want you to keep the rings neutral, okay, just so we're going to engage those lats a bit more on biceps. From there, you want to keep those shoulders down and you're going to pull the rings in towards your chest, straight back out to a lock position. Okay, so let's go for 5 of them. Just slow. So always remember that tempo movement is a lot better than rushing through. Okay,
and harder.
Harder. It's going to make us stronger. Okay, so this you can always go back to even if you have strict pull-ups.
Yeah. No, I do. I have in the past included this, and I like the way you can vary it.
Yeah, definitely. Feel okay?
Yeah. That's got to be 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jamie, you've got me on the box. This looks like some assistance. What's the plan here?
Okay, so now we're going for our vertical pull, done our horizontal, so now we're back to the bar. So with your strict pull-up, obviously it's your body weight you're pulling up, so we're going to take some of the body weight away so you don't have to have as much strength. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is we've got a medium band here. You can go thicker if you need to, but you're going to bring your foot into the band. Good. Make sure you straighten this leg down. Other foot can just be behind the band. Okay. And then have your hands evenly on
the side of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just drop myself down.
Yep,
right?
drop yourself down. Make sure you start with your arms straight. Yep. Keep your body tight. We're going to pull up, chin over the bar, all the way, all the way, all the way. Yep. Hold for a second, and then you're going to control back down. So again, we want to use that controlled movement, a bit of tempo to make it harder, build the strength.
Okay. Is it the same speed going up and down?
Yeah, I would just keep the control at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try 2 more.
Don't know if we need that many more.
1. Perfect. Rest there. So you could do 5 sets or, like 5 sets of 3. If you want to start off with that, you could do 5 sets of max effort. But once you feel comfortable with this band and it feels easy, you want to move on to a thinner band. So again, we've got thinner and then thinner again.
Okay. And do you ever, like from here, is it then once you want a thinner band, are you straight to the pull-up, or is there anything? Because I in the past have done eccentric lowering. Is that something that you would recommend?
So that is another option. So obviously you will probably have a strict pull-up by that point almost.
Okay.
But another option is we'll take the band away. Yeah, so do you want to take that down? Then what we can do is you can grab the bar where you are, under even
Just
over
like
top of the over top of the box. Yep. Then from here you can jump, chin over the bar. So hold for a second, tuck your feet behind you, and then from here slowly lower down as slow as you can.
Hope you're recording in slow-mo.
So yeah, from there obviously it is all body weight, and you're just using the eccentric to build strength.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's an option after you've done the band.
Well, Jamie, thanks for that sort of very methodical talk through it. It does sound so simple, but it takes time, doesn't it? Like, say if you were at the stage where you needed like the really heavy band, how long is the progression if you were able to go as much as kind of you needed?
Well, it depends how often you do it, but so if you could consistently do it 3 or 4 times a week, you may build up that strength in, I don't know, 5 to 6 weeks, but it also depends on you. Just try stick at it and make sure you're pushing yourself each time.
Yeah, and I find it's a bit of a mental game as well, like that first sort of, it's the initial pull, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely.
Well, obviously, pull-ups are a brilliant exercise for swimming and for running, actually. But we're in a CrossFit gym. We're with a top-level CrossFit athlete, and I'm intrigued by the way you guys do your pull-ups. Like, what's the difference from a strict pull-up to a sort of a CrossFit pull-up?
Yeah, so CrossFit is obviously a sport where you're trying to go as fast as you can or get as many reps as you can. So that's when things change a little bit. Obviously, all CrossFit athletes that are competing can do strict pull-ups, you'd hope.
Obviously.
So from there, it's sort of like speeding the movement up. So if it's in a workout, a lot of athletes might go for kipping pull-ups or butterfly pull-ups. This is just a quicker way to get through the movement, and sort of it's like racing as such.
And is it then easier because you've got...
Yes, so you'll be able to get more reps done. It's easier in the muscles you're using because you're using momentum, but it's a bit harder on your lungs, and it makes it more of like an aerobic movement.
Wow. I mean, it's crazy to think of a pull-up as aerobic, because for me, it's just like everything I've kind of got to get there. That is seriously impressive, Jamie. I'm in awe. But I would love to know, like, in a competition setting, like, how many of those could you actually do? Like, what's your maximum?
Well, funny story almost that. Like, we've had it in competitions before where, say, it was like 100 to start with, but you break it up. I go out there saying, yeah, I'm going to do maybe like 40 to start with, but the adrenaline comes along, the competition nerves kick in. I think I did like 60 or 70. Completely off plan, but I think that's the most I've done in a row.
Oh my God, that is just, incredible. I guess your gymnastics background helps as well with it. I know obviously you're very, you're purely trained for this now, but...
Yeah, gymnastics does help, and also being in a competitive environment helps.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm not expecting you guys to go and work up to doing 60. I mean, I think that is quite incredible and something we can all target. But hopefully with these steps, you can work on your pull-up, and it's just a nice goal to have separately when you're kind of working on other stuff, but it correlates really well to other stuff. So yeah, massive thank you for your advice on that one. I've got to go and work on my pull-ups now, I think. Yeah,
enjoy.
Awesome. I'll try. All right, well, if you guys have enjoyed it, do hit that like button, and you can check us out on our social media. You can check Jamie out on your social media as well, actually. What's your social media handles?
Jay Greenwad.
Jane Greenwad, there you go. Yeah. And give us a subscribe if you haven't yet done so.